was the passion of one, always flying too close to the sun. But I think I'm gonna stick around this world with a mad, mad girl, with a mad, mad girl.
Stop your crunching and switch off the fridge. It's episode 3.
Thanks, Steve. So that thing that you've just heard was a snippet. The previous Autopsy. Sorry, Steve. That was Mad Girl. It wasn't our favourite, but you know, if you're curious to hear what happened
to that thing.
Sorry. I mean, there's a bit extreme, but that track, Autopsy 2, is where you can find more information. Thanks, Steve, for editing that down to a palatable amount. But welcome back, dear listeners, to
Hello.
Autopsy 3. What is this for those that are joining us for the first time? Well, it's an exploration of creativity through the lens of Steve's attic songs. Steve has very bravely put himself on the line
stupidly.
I still think it's brave. Write an original piece of music, lyrics and instruments every month until the end of the year.
I've heard 2 of your songs. I think you're very brave.
There you go. So we're straight into it. That's basically the format. There's 3 of us here. So there's myself. We have our guest.
Hello.
That's Mike.
Welcome, Mike.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very excited about the whole thing. Never been on a podcast before.
So the format is have a little chat. We're going to introduce Mike, and then Steve will play us his song. We will then score it, discuss it, and just have a general discussion around creativity, music.
Yep.
So let's move on. Mike.
Yeah, Mike, who are you?
Yes.
Justify yourself.
Yeah. Why am I here drinking your beer? My name's Michael Kemp. I work for Bikes for Refugees, and I met James as a volunteer. James is a volunteer, very kindly coming in. Helps us repair bikes for New Scots. And got talking about music and talking about my own creative endeavours, and James very kindly asked me if I wanted to come on the podcast, and I'm very thrilled to be here.
I mean, I've heard some of your music. You're an accomplished guitarist.
I've actually listened to one of your tracks as well that James forwarded to me, so I thought it was a bit of a Kinks vibe going on there.
Interesting. Yeah, okay, I'll take that.
And,
I'll take a Kinks.
Yeah. So you're a songwriter. That's the. I think you're probably. I mean, Bob. I think Bob did say he wrote a few songs, but that was probably masked by the fact he seemed to get kicked out of every band he joined. Okay, so Mike, you're a songwriter. You write your own stuff.
That's one way to describe what I do. I think
you've got a little bit of a
fair, I guess,
passion. Or what's the word I'm searching for?
I don't
an
know.
Urge.
Yeah.
To use James's word is an urge to write songs. So that's actually. Not dissimilar to I come up here because
urges.
I come up here because I just have this sort of drive to sort of create stuff with no promise of reward.
Yeah, I'm on board with that, and I think it's a worthwhile thing. Think in terms of art. If you say you're good at something, folks say, "Oh, that's great. You should market that. You should sell that." Where actually, I feel that art creation is an end in itself.
Yeah.
And that's been kind of my experience. It would be nice to have an audience to perform it to and have that connection, but there's still something extremely satisfying about getting to the stage where you've got a finished song and you sit down and you go, that all came out of my head. That's extremely rewarding.
It was not there before, and I've now created it.
Yeah, and it's something that maybe once you're gone, they'll be there.
Do you actually do any performances? Have you ever...
Some open mics. I've been going to a few open mics, but I find they're tricky. I think you'd say about your own issues with singing, and I'm fully on board with that as well.
What issues? What are you talking about?
Issues that you pointed out. I'm saying nothing. I understand how fragile the creative impulse is.
How long have you been writing and playing?
So I was kind of late to playing guitar. If I could pop my musical history briefly as possible, because they're not here for me, they're here for you, Steve.
Well, they're there for all of us, but we have 20 minutes, so I think
we need to know your provenance.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So if you say something important, we need to know whether to totally ignore it,
yeah,
or take it on board as a valid comment.
So my first musical memory was dancing in front of the TV to Uptown Girl by Billy Joel.
Yeah, nice.
Excellent.
And why wouldn't you? That song is irresistible, especially if you're 3 or 4 years old or something. And then my sort of real... I inherited my love of Madness from family members.
Okay.
Who are a bit older.
The band.
Yeah, well, that's debatable.
This genetics play part of that as well.
Yeah. But sort of my sort of eyes opening moment, I think, was listening to Nirvana. That was quite a formative experience. And then, you know, Kurt took himself out of the game, and that was a bit of a kick in the teeth.
Okay, I'm ready to go. So I present for your critique. It's a far cry from here.
That's a good title.
I like that.
Wind runs hard down Bleecker Street. Headlines blow around his feet. Folks arrived in 1928. Factory work in the Empire State. He pulled me near, said if it's love you're looking for, you better walk some more, 'cause it's a far, far cry from here. Cafe Madison Avenue. She walks right in and jumped the queue. Thinks she's the only one in town. Buys her bagel button down. She pulled me near. She said, if it's love you're looking for, you better walk some more, 'cause it's a far, far cry from here. I'm the guy who wants you to hear what I've got to say, yeah. I'm the guy who'll stand a beer if you're drinking it my way, yeah. I'm the guy who wants you to hear what I've got to say, yeah. I'm the guy who'll stand a beer if you're drinking it my way, yeah. Basement dive East Houston Street. Grinds that unrelenting beat. Grinds that unrelenting beat. Grinds that unrelenting beat. Walking, son. Keep walking, son. Keep walking, son. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. Just keep walking. The Steve's Attic Songs Bangerama podcast is searchable on Podbean, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. The episodes can also be accessed via Steve's Attic Songs Bangerama YouTube channel. You can contact Steve and James via email at stevesatticsongs, all one word, at gmail.com. The song demo files played during the podcast episodes are separately available on the Bandcamp app and can be streamed free by searching for Steve's artist page at The Saws, spelt THE space SAWS.
No login or registration is required. You can also contact Steve direct by email from the Source page on Bandcamp.
Excellent.
So
That was good.
Oh, yeah.
retro pitch. Oh, shit,
back
I
here.
mustn't do that.
Don't move the chair,
Move
Steve.
the bloody chair. So,
Sorry, I can't hear you. Moved the chair.
So I always try and actually give an indication of what I'm going to try and do in the next podcast. And at the end of the last podcast, I said, I've got a G harmonica. I'm going to try and include that. And I'm going to do something, because it's got a harmonica, it's going to be bluesy and it's going to have a riff. I was quite keen to have almost a metronomic, is that a word? Riff throughout the song. So that's essentially where I ended up from that brief I gave myself. In terms of the lyrics, so I went to New York for 4 or 5 days, tail end of last year, and actually the 3 verses in that are 3 vignettes of things that happened whilst I was in New York.
Oh, cool.
There's probably a 4th vignette where there was 2 people arguing and at the end said, keep walking. That went into my head. And that's why it has that "Keep Walking, Son" at the end of it. The melody is essentially just pretty standard blues, really. So that's the sort of the sort of backstory of the song. Over to you guys. What did you think?
It was good. I enjoyed the dark mood to it, especially at the beginning. There was lots about like it. It was upbeat, which I liked too. I liked the discordant. Was it the harmonica that was discordant? It was something. It was
Steve's voice.
I do go for quite a lot of discordance in my songs, whether by accident, you could argue, or by design. You decide. You decide.
They don't know any better than you. No, it was good. I enjoyed it. I liked the upbeat things. If I was to, I wouldn't even offer criticism. Maybe if there was things from the first listen that I would maybe change. Oh, I also liked there was harmonies in it. It was quite sort of psychedelic Beatles type of thing.
Yeah, there was
a John Lennon
fully
backing vocals.
Yes.
Do you like that?
I was fully on board with that. I thought that was a good decision. Yeah. If I was to change anything with it, I felt like the riff. Maybe think about it's actually sort of it's more of an arrangement note than anything. The riff was in a similar sort of register to your voice, and it was a lot about there. So maybe going up an octave with the riff.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like that. And there was the chord stabs. You already had a sort of a ska thing going, and I thought they might have given the song a bit more drama if it was on the offbeat. I don't know if it was maybe it was the harmonica.
There's very little harmonica apart from one note at the start and then the bit at the end.
At the end, yeah.
I'm not a great harmonica. I've discovered, by the way, I'm not a great harmonica player.
Did you even fill the brief then?
I think
so,
I just fulfilled the brief. I think I barely fulfilled the brief there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it fills the brief, and 3 episodes in, I'm getting a better feel for your style, your voice. I'm getting
what do you think about the voice? Because obviously the last 2 songs, certainly the last one, got a lot of vocal criticisms. So I mean that criticism of the vocal, and rightly so.
Vocal criticism.
I mean, I was trying to really push the envelope and sing falsetto and sing at the very limits. It was a sort of almost like a let's draw a line around this and see what we can realistically do. This, I deliberately put it right smack bang in the middle of my vocal range.
I appreciated that because you were playing to your strength. The other one, it had its merits, but it just, I don't know, I was uncomfortable accompanying you to those highs that were maybe just slightly out of your reach. Whereas here, it was great. You were playing to your strengths, and even there was moments where I felt that you were using your discord and you were singing to it. So you were actually, using your voice with.
I thought the song suited my voice. Those flat notes in the blues, sort of
flattened every fifth.
Met my slightly flat vocal.
I was getting Dylan, and I was getting some Leonard Cohen. I mean, you soak that in whiskey and cigars, your voice. Then you're gonna get that more kind of mellow, and it was just your delivery, this kind of almost a matter of fact delivery. That reminded me of that and Dylan, and there was almost some Doors. The ways that you were singing and the rhythm of the words reminded me of some Doors stuff.
Wow. Take all that.
So I think this is my favourite of the 3 so far. And now I'm wondering because we have to score out of 5. I'm like,
no.
can we do fractional? Can I
Yes,
do
you
like
can.
4.731.
People
You know,
have- people have
I'll
given
explain
me-
it. You'll take the fractions.
Oh,
Okay.
Friends have given me
talking
fractions.
below 1.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it? I've had improper fractions from my friends. I'll leave it there. I'll put a maths joke into the podcast.
It's all good.
Is it a banger?
I think actually it's
Is
the
it
closest to a
potential?
banger. Yeah, it's
It has potential. It really does.
One of your first, I can't remember which one it was. I thought was objectively not a banger. It was way too downbeat and
That would be the
and way
first
too
one.
slow.
yeah.
Do you still want in? Was the first one?
I will say, I like the title of every one of your songs. I think you write a good title.
Okay.
It's a far
That's
cry from
nice.
here.
That's nice,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
That speaks to you.
yeah. That's title isn't a far cry from here. That's a far.
It's
cry
a
from
far cry from here, and the only reason I have one far in it, even though I sing, it's a far cry, and the reason is because the last song was Mad Girl, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to
double
repeat,
up again.
I didn't want to repeat the repeat.
Double the double. But you get it in when you sing it, so that
Yeah, you
so
put it in when I sing
it has its effect there.
And that's a good line because that hits it on the beat for everyone. It's a far cry from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it sounds like a crazy kids' TV theme. I would watch that TV show.
That's good. I like that.
I'd be like, oh yeah, here we go, it's time.
Blowing up cats.
What channels are you watching? Where did that come from?
Channel 9 from outer space.
Oh no, I missed
Blowing up cats.
Is that a reference that we missed?
Not at all. I'm just being random.
Okay, it's just a
No, there are no references.
It's
It's
just a little-
it's pure outer space.
inside the attic of your head.
Exactly. It's
Yeah, they kind of a crazy 1970s kids TV
I sort
theme.
of I can see that.
You think,
theme tune.
skullduggery abounds here, or there's going to be some some antics coming.
That's brilliant. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Yeah.
and the Discord. I love the way you started with the accordion, just that strange sound. You're like, what is that sound?
Yeah, that one note at the start, which sounds. I mean,
Death
I
breath.
think it's classic blues, isn't it? To start with the harmonica sounding like a train, and that's what I was trying to do.
Okay.
So it's just the train horn.
We're ready to score.
Last bit of criticism. I think it needed more fridge.
More fridge. Yeah.
Well, you know, I thought the accordion was the fridge, and I was like, oh, brilliant! He's gonna get the fridge in every track.
He's finally got that
some
fridge.
way or another.
He's finally got that fridge tuned.
Yeah, exactly.
James,
Well, I will start with a 4.5.
a 4.5.
A 4.5 because I think it's got opportunity. It's a raw gem.
Wow.
I was going to go for a straight 4.
Yeah, sounds good.
A 4. Okay, that's good.
Did you still need us?
Yeah, I think it's a 4.
It's
So,
interesting to hear what listeners think.
Yeah, which is a good point.
yes, so I gave the emails out earlier on in the podcast. If you want to score this song, you can. You can simply send an email to Steve's Attic Songs, or one word, @gmail.com. So next month I'm going to do something, again, upbeat. And I thought, because I've not done it yet, it's something punky. I don't think it's a spoiler to say that, we're not young anymore. So it's not going to be like full-on punk, but something ironically punk, I think, would probably work. So that's the plan. That's
Something
the only
punk,
plan.
ironically.
Something like that, either lyrically or musically. And apart from that, I don't really want to say any more, really. I think that's just the genre. I think it's time.
So you've got a genre, you've got a rough tempo idea.
It's time to wheel that out.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, I think that wraps up another episode. I do like our evening episodes, though.
I'm going to turn on the fridge and the freezer again.
I have 2 questions for you. Simply,
2 questions.
yeah, what's in the freezer, and why
Right.
is Bob not responding to my emails anymore?
Well, he did slag my last song quite badly.
Could you answer the first question first, please?
What's in the freezer?
Yeah.
I don't cat food mostly.
She's the only one in town. Buys her bagel button down. She pulled me near. She said, if it's love you're looking for, you better walk some more, 'cause it's a far, far cry from here.